Today, I just bought my most terminally ill fan his replacement heart.
Oh my god. Is that MrBeast?
This kid looks sick as heck, dude.
Bruh.
Do you want a heart to save your life? Or do you want a MrBeast rap Tesla?
I would literally kill myself for a Tesla.
Good boy.
Now, you have to search these 100 coolers filled with human hearts to find the Tesla key. Man, I wish I was terminally ill. Your boy be driving a Ford Explorer.
Bruh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this guy should be doing this. He looks really sick, Jimmy.
Man, I'm looking to play some Among Us with my boys.
Nope.
All right, dying guy, you got about 20 more seconds to find the key. Oh, what seems to be going on in here? Oh my god, it's MrBeast! Oh, I've been a fan since 1 million subs. Oh man, this is awesome. Always great to hear. Here's $5,000, and we just planted 2,000 trees outside of Liberty, Missouri in your name. Thanks for being a fan. Bye-bye. I got it. I got the Tesla key. Congrats on your new car. Now, unfortunately, you won't be able to get a new heart, and you're still on track to die in about 2 weeks. But don't worry. We will be planting 2,000 trees outside of Liberty, Missouri in your name. Also, we'll be planting 1,000 trees for every million views this video gets. So please share, like, and comment, and rewatch this so we can keep this brave man's legacy alive.
Well, I have a donor coming out of state to bring me a new heart in a few days, so I think I should recover okay.
Bruh.
Today, I just bought this entire hospital.
What is good, ladies and gents? Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, wonder how that beast trap Tesla went for him. Kind of looked like he got blown up. But, if you wanted a candidate for the man of perdition, and you want to see just how fucking tricky this is going to be, there you go. But do you see what I see? That's the real thing. Do you see what I see? I see an image of a jaguar with one eye and a lightning bolt coming out of it. Do you know what those things mean? Probably not, but it doesn't really matter. More tobacco. It's I had some good news. Good news. I was opening up some incense because we burn incense to the Lord, because it was one of the 3 things that he was given as a child. Yes. So I needed some scissors, and I discovered the scissors that I used to trim are coated in some hash. So I'll enjoy that later. But yeah. After the rude little thing with the battery yesterday, deciding that it was not wanting to play games with me. But we find sabotage in just about everything, so I'm sure there's something that will sabotage this as well. But we will see. So yeah, we will carry on from yesterday and tell you my testimony. So, like I was saying, I had gone through my life, lots of super fun things had happened to me, and I was playing this puzzle game. Basically what the puzzle game was about, just in its generalization if you will, is historic studies of all the various different ancient civilizations that existed on the earth through archaeology and all this type of stuff. Kind of similar, I guess, to how Assassin's Creed began, where it was like, this is based upon historical evidence and a fair amount of artistic license, shall we say. But like anything that Satan does, he will give you a whole bunch of truth. He will give you the truth, and slowly that truth will be retracted, and in its place will be a lie, until you are completely fucked. And now you completely believe the lie. I don't know what to tell you. Your adversary is a roaring lion who is running around here, and he's going to fucking chew you up. Go and watch what a lion will do to someone. That's what he is, and that's what he's going to do. And Christ is also a lion. He's also given that same title, but he's the conquering lion. And he's going to come back, and he's going to chew people up as well. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's like this. It's like this. You're shoveling shit into your face, and you don't even know you're doing it, whilst at exactly the same fucking time you're saying, oh, people need to stop eating shit. Well, fucking stop eating shit yourself. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Put the fucking shit down. I told it to my kids like this. There's 2 cakes on a table. And one cake, it's like about the size of a Mr. Kipling cake, about that kind of size. But if you eat this cake, you will be able to replicate any cake in the world, of any flavour or any texture of any type, just by simply eating this one piece of cake. And not only, if you eat this piece of cake, will you be able to eat all the most delicious cake in the entire world, but it will actually heal you, and it won't make you fat and sick. It'll actually make you strong and powerful. And a plate beside it has a massive turd on it. And if you pick up the turd, in its place, you will eat all the different kinds of shit that there are in the world. And what Satan did is he blindfolded everyone, made them lose their sense of taste and touch and feel, and switched the plates around. And then people, rather than taking the blindfold off and looking at what they're eating, just shovel that fucking shit in their face. And some people take the blindfold off and they stop eating the shit and they put it down. And I tell them, God says, because he stood right there watching you eat the fucking shit, is like, just take the fucking blindfold off. Just take it off and stop eating the shit. I don't want you to eat the shit. Why are you eating the shit? Just reach out and take the blindfold off. But no. Instead, people say, I like the blindfold. It's comfortable. It makes me feel better about myself. I don't have to deal with things. I'm happy as I am. So their face and their hands are covered in shit. You can't tell people. It's frustration beyond belief. Anyway, so I had been playing this game, and like anything that Satan does, it contains a lot of truth in it, and also a lot of lies. So I have seen this video, this little pop-up on the screen, this little video, and it wasn't long. It was like a 16-second long video with no narration, no nothing. It was literally just this basketball player being interviewed, and his face is all going all fucked up, and then it just ends with no information about what it is, where it came from, or anything. Nothing. That was it. 3-4 months later pass. Nothing. I don't know anything about anything at this time, anything other than what you would expect any other person to know. I didn't know about fucking secret societies. I didn't know. I thought Bill Gates was a genuine good guy. I thought that all of the things that I saw on TV were real. Okay. And further to this, at this point in time, I have 3 children. I'm not smoking weed. I'm not drinking. I'm not taking drugs. I'm a father looking after 3 kids. I am out doing a job like any father you would expect to be, like any other person that you see walking down the street. I'm not on fucking drugs. I'm not taking anything. Nothing is going on. I am just a normal person going about their life. and I'm bored one night and I've got nothing to do. Can't be bothered to watch shit on TV, can't be bothered to do anything. And I think, just pop into my mind, why don't you go and have a look at that thing again? So I went on, found the answer again, saw the video, I was like, oh, that's fucking weird. Then had a look on YouTube to see, what is this? What is this random shit? Why would this be on here? And I found a whole bunch of videos about people morphing and changing and all the rest of it. And it looked fake to me. And I laughed it off and was like, yeah, whatever. But what I did see, and this is the very first time that I saw this, is David Icke. It was the first time I saw David Icke, was his face all fucked up and morphing and changing and going all fuckity fucks. And yeah, I swear a lot. I have faults. I'm a man. I'm fallen, much in need of a saviour. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I have a claim that I'm perfect. Don't claim that I know everything. I am fallen. I am full of fault. I am foolish. I am a man. Not. Anyway. I don't have an ego. My ego died 4 years ago. So life carried on for me. It's carried on. And again, another night I was bored. This time I wasn't looking up that stuff. I was looking up the stuff into the ancient societies. And I found a whole bunch of archaeologists. And the archaeologists were going around and they were showing things, and stuff happened. Like, there is, I can't remember where it is, there is dinosaur footprints on exactly the same level as human footprints. And when this was discovered, another bunch of archaeologists came out with a pike and piked the fucking shit out of it so that no one could see it. There is a whole bunch of tree stumps that are identical to mountains. And what does a tree turn into? It petrifies and it becomes like stone. And then there was entire forests where all of the trees are standing as they are up there, but from the very top of the tip of them to the very bottom is just covered in mud. Impossible for that to be a landslide because it would have knocked all the trees down. Then I discovered that every single ancient society, every single one of them, every one, across all of the stones that you can go and touch with your own hands, they record a flood. Every one records a flood. Every one has their story of the flood. You go to India, you will find records of the flood. You go to China, you will find records of the flood. You go to Peru, you will find records of the flood. And then I discover that the very place where he said the boat lands, on Mount Ararat in Armenia, which is hostile fucking territory, I can tell you that, for the cube worshippers. Yeah? Well, guess what's up on top of that? There's a fucking boat up there. There's a boat on the mountain, exactly where it said it was. And it dawned on me that if that's real, then all of this is real. And then I realized that Christ is real. And I fell on my face. And I cried out because I now realized, now was aware of all of the shit that had happened in my life. Now, I just want to say, you don't know anything about me. Nothing at all. You don't know the path that I walk, and you don't know the wake that I leave behind me. You don't know my history, and you don't know the things that I've done. And if you did, you would understand why I fell on my face in floods of tears, begging forgiveness. And as soon as I did that, I got up and something happened to me, something that I cannot explain. Like I was saying, you're in your head, you're thinking, right? You can not say words from your mouth, but you can think the same words in your head, right? Like, I'm not just the only fucking weird one who can think words in my head. When you daydream, there's little things pop into your mind, and you suddenly think, oh yeah, I was meant to go and do that. But that wasn't your conscious. That was just a thing, just popped into your head, and we were like, oh yeah. Yeah, well, that happens to everyone. But do you know what it is? Are you aware of it? So, I then had this almighty thing suddenly start shouting at me, deny it. Deny it all. None of it's real. Deny it. Deny it. And this carried on. Any time it would go, right? It would go. But any time that my mind would slip to thinking about this stuff, there it would be sat there. There it would be sat there, telling me to deny it. And I thought I was going insane. I thought I was having some kind of fucking mental breakdown. I did not understand what was happening to me. I did not understand what the hell this was, and why it was there, and why it was so adamant that I should deny all of this. And I don't know, it was probably about 3 weeks of thinking I'm going mental. I'd had enough of it, and I told it to fuck off, and it kind of laughed at me, and I started going burn. And I was throwing fire at it. Not actual fire, obviously not actual fire, but in my mind I consumed it in fire. And when that happened, it was gone, completely gone from me. Could not hear it anymore. It left, gone away. And as soon as I had done that, there was this almighty, honestly, I really can't explain it. It was like a fanfare of trumpets. It was like cheering, it was like clapping, it was like celebrations. And that lasted like a couple of minutes, if even that. And from that point on, I have had this inside me, this feeling that I really can't explain it to you. I can't explain it. And I can feel it when it slips away. I can feel that unless I make a conscious effort to hold on to it, it will slip through my hand. Almost like you know those water snake things that you like. It's like a balloon that when you hold it, it can slip out of your hands like super easy. It's kind of like that is like how it feels. But I have a conscious knowledge of it. And then months pass. Time goes. My life just carries on as normal. There's nothing in. I don't think too much of it. I'm happy that this thing is gone. Confused as to what all the clapping and all of that stuff was about, but I shrug it and be like, no, okay. But I can now feel this inside me. This. I don't know. It's like the hole was filled. It's like it's strange. I don't have words that I can explain it to you. But if you've experienced this, you will understand what I mean. But if not, then I can't tell you what it's like because it's beyond my ability. And then I start getting told to read. Read. You should read. You should read. Why don't you read? You're not doing anything else. Why don't you read? So I then went on a search to try and find a Bible, and found my way into a stumbling block of which one is the true one, which is the argument of the cube worshippers. Which one is the true one? Because the Agile, the real true Agile, that has the prophet in it, and if you had a real true Agile, then you would see that Muhammad was the prophet. Yeah, well, where is it then? Where is it? Because without it, he has no claim to prophethood. So I then was like, oh well, it must be the Roman Catholic Bible because that's the oldest one. Must be the Ethiopic text, that's the oldest one. Must be this one, must be that one, must be this one, that one. They all say the same thing. The 66 books that are canonized in the Bible, you hate the King James, congratulations, well done. You hate the New International, congratulations, well done. Do you know what it's like? It's like I hate the Collins dictionary because I prefer the Oxford. Fucking both dictionaries. Saying the fucking same words. Just in a slightly different way. But it's identical. Well, the Oxford dictionary, that's the fucking correct one, because on page 1 where it says aardvark, it says it's a mammal. But in the Cambridge dictionary, the fucking aardvark, it says it was a mammal, which is clearly incorrect. Take Satan's cock out of your mouth and stop eating from the plate of shit. I'm not the author of confusion. I did not tell you these things to confuse you. The various different versions are written for the audience that they are writing it to. The King James is written in the King's English. The New International Version is written in the modern tongue. The American Standard Version is written so Americans can understand it. The Chinese ones are written in Chinese so the Chinese can understand it. It says the same thing. Same thing. So, rather than picking up a Bible myself, I started just looking at what all the books were. And the oldest one that there really is in knowledge is the books of Adam and Eve. So I listened to the books of Adam and Eve. The next one was the Book of Enoch. I listened to the Book of Enoch. I downloaded them and read them as well. And then I started on the 66 canon books. And when I got to the end of them, the first thing that I said to myself was, what the actual fuck have I been told all of this time? But I liken anyone who comes and starts telling me about what's in the Bible to someone who has never read a book but wants to tell me about all of its contents. Unless you have read it, how can you possibly know what is inside of it? How can you? It's like, the king, I don't trust the king. Have you read the Book of Kings? No, because if you did, you would understand exactly that all of the kings are men. All of men is fallen. All of men is capable of evil. All of men is capable of deception and lies. Hey, man. Shit is getting like really dangerous. Do you know, when this all started, like last year, I, unlike probably anyone else that you all know, fell on my face in floods of tears because I knew what was going to come. I knew, because I've seen it, that people were going to be abandoned and left in their houses to starve to death and die. And lo and behold, many corpses have been found rotting away, who were left there to starve to death. You think it's an easy walk? I think you're a big man. Fucking little boy. Where's your heart? Where's your compassion? Where's your feelings? Where's your understanding of the suffering? Where's your tears? The little bunnies of New Life are over there all jumping around and fighting. Don't think this is going to be capable of zooming in on them. So anyway, having all of this stuff happen, I fall asleep on the sofa one night. It's not particularly late, but I've done a very long shift and I'm knackered. And in my mind, there's a man who stood before me, and I can't tell you his description because it would be impossible for me to tell you his description. And he then proceeded to say one word, which was my name. And I instantly woke up and said yes, and there was no one there. I've not seen this again. I've never seen this again, just this one time this happened. Many times have I had the whispers come and whisper into my ear, into my mind, all sorts of wondrous things. But I now know what they are, and now having the armour and the shield and the sword. And a couple of days ago, I went to bed quite late, and as I'm lying down to go to sleep, almost from like sidelined, this thing, it looked like a man, comes pressing itself right on me, and it's like, this is the reason why. And the first thing I did is extend out my arm, smash it with the shield, and go cut. And it was done, it was gone. But it was audible to me. I heard it, not like when you're thinking in your head you can't hear it. This is audible. But it just went phew, and vanished. Now when you now are awake and you understand, because I'll tell you about that in a minute. When you're awake to this and you now understand what these things are, you can now see the real and present danger of empty mindfulness meditation, which I will remind you, if you don't know, is highly promoted by the World Economic Forum, Anil Schwab, and the United Nations, Bill Gates. They sanction your mindfulness meditation. They want you to do it, because when you sit and you empty yourself, you become an empty vessel, and these things can crawl in. I get lost with how many videos I have seen of people who have they're gone, they're not in there, their body has been taken over, and they're now on a rampage. They're gonna fuck you up. I've seen people launch themselves into cars, completely butt naked, running down the street. They've had gunshots put in them, they've had knives put in them, and they still keep coming, and they scream, Jesus! Jesus! You don't fucking know what that shit is. Yeah, well, just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean that it hasn't happened. There's a lot of talk, I'll tell you, a lot of talk of, I'm awake, man, I see it, I'm awake, I can see Bill Gates, I can see Anil Schwab a mile away, I can see it all. Look, I've done all of this research by watching all of these videos. You've just watched videos, you haven't done any research. Because if you did some research, you would find out about all of this stuff. And they say, oh, I've taken the red pill. I tell you, you have taken the blue pill, and you've woken up thinking you've taken the red pill. Now, let me just. Okay. For more than 50 years, we have planned. For decades, we have experimented on animals' behavior and psychology, and then applied our learning to the people. We have understood and we know how to manipulate and control minds. We have, over the last few decades, placed all the people that we need in positions of power, in the financial industry, in the schools, all across the board. And last year, we ran our operation with all our world leaders so that they would know what they need to do. We control the media, we control your life. We control how you think, how you act, and what you do on a daily basis. You don't know us, you don't see us, but we are there behind you. We are the Freemasons. Now think to yourself, Just think to yourself, if you have a mind and a brain of your own, do you not think that they would have... Do you think that they would just have thought, oh, snap guys, do you know what, we forgot to think about them figuring this out and rising up against us? Really? You're being played. You took the blue pill and thought you took the red one. Fucking laughing Neos out here. I know something, I know something. Do you? This is not a time to fuck around. I would like to not be doing this right now. I would like to just be talking about growing weed. I'd love that. But in case you didn't realise, the whole world is in real fucking danger right now. It's real fucking danger. You are in real and true present danger. You might not feel it yet, but you're gonna feel it soon. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm trying to help you. I need fucking people here with me. I need soldiers behind me. I'm here. Look, I'm fucking on my own. Where are you? Where are you? You know, all my life I've watched injustice take place in front of me. And I've been the only fucker to actually stand up to it. And that means fighting against gangs of people. My mate got robbed. They came and they jacked him because he was fucked off his face on ketamine. They nicked his wallet, which had his CSCS card in it, and he couldn't do his job without this card. He had a bunch of money on him and some drugs and some other bits and pieces. And these guys come and jack him, and it was just me and him. I finally roused my mate up out of his K-hole, and I go and find the guys. 2 transit vans full of guys. There they all are. I walk into the fucking middle of them, say, give me my mate's wallet back on my own. Yeah, Mr. Big Man with your fucking big balls. Where are you at? You want to do that and you want to go there on your own? Fucking little boys. Little fucking boys. You sugar-coated preaching is dangerous to you. Come out here and I could tell you, oh, Jesus loves you. We'll just not tell you anything at all. Tell you the whole world is a happy, wonderful place. Skipping merrily through the fields. La-dee fucking da. You best believe those 2 swords, I know how to use them. I am proficient with those weapons. To me, they are an extension of my arm. Those markers, I'll hit you square in the fucking forehead with those things, and you'll go down like a sack of fucking potatoes. I am not a faker. I am not a poser. I am out here on my own, looking for other fucking warriors. Boy, oh boy. So yeah, I mean, do you know what? I've so far from doing these last set of videos, because of how fucked the world has become in such a short period of time, I've managed to lose 20 subscribers. Shall I show you my care face? This is my care face. Do you know how many fucks I give? Exactly that many fucks. If people are praising me, I'm doing it wrong. If people are hating on me, I'm doing it right. The world hates Jesus. You think you're a bad man? I tell you what, you go rock up down your local mosque and stick your finger up to Muhammad and draw a picture of him and watch how quickly your face gets rearranged. You walk outside of a church and mock Jesus and draw pictures of him with a cock in his mouth or whatever. And here, let me actually, speaking of that, let me show you this quickly. This is the first recorded, known image of Christ. A donkey head, butt naked, nailed to a cross with a man pointing and laughing. That's the first picture. So if you're thinking that pictures, well, there's your first one. Why don't you go and draw that one. And go draw that one. And talk about fucking colours of skin and shit to me. You want to tell me that fucking Jesus was a Jew? Wow. 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 Really? Really, is that right? No, but I am of Israel, and there's a very easy way to identify who is of Israel and who is not of Israel. And being of Israel means that you're of one of his descendants, of one of his 12 sons. And it works very simply, because when the Pharisees and the Sadducees came to him, they said to him, you know, who are you? And he says to them, I stand here and you know me not. But that's because you are of your father, Satan. You are his children. Because I am sent only to the lost sheep of Israel, only to them. And they know me, and they hear my voice, and they do my will. You are not my people. You are not of my father. You are of your father, Satan. You have written unto yourself laws to circumvent and work your way around the 10 Commandments, which are the only laws. These are the only laws. Completion of these laws is love your God above all things and love your neighbour as much as you love your God. And this is of vital importance to you, because if you don't know how much you are worth more than gold. Do you understand that there is only one of you that will ever be in existence? And when you die, there will never be another one of you. Though we are all humans, there is only one of you listening to this. This is where you get this like fucked up concept of like, we're all just one being experiencing life in many fucking ways. Yeah, Mr. Ike, go suck fucking Satan's dick some more. Do you know there's pictures of him sat on the Grand Wizard's fucking throne in the High Freemasonic Temple in London? I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think that you could walk into Buckingham Palace or into any of the places where there's the throne of the King and Queen and sit upon that throne? You think you can do that without sanction? Really? You think you can walk into the Freemasonic Temple and sit upon the throne of the Grand High Wizard without sanction? Or you think they charge £5 in the photo op? Really? No, you don't sit on that fucking throne unless you are authorised to sit on that throne. And if you dared to sit on that throne without authorisation, your face will get fucking rearranged and you'll be vanished. These people will vanish you. They could come and they could vanish me. Not that I'm scared of them. They hold no power over me. I have no fear. I have the lion by my side. The lion is right here, stood right beside me. The whole host of the angels is looking down upon me as I'm saying these things. So I have to be very cautious and careful about the things that I say, because it's not what you eat that corrupts you. It's what comes out of your mouth. Like swearing, man, like swearing and saying fucking shit and all of this stuff. Yeah, well, like I said, I'm a fallen man. It's emotional type things and you do these things. But I can tell you something, that swear words in the English are very different to swear words in other languages. Like you go and look up like swear words in Japanese and swear words in other languages, and you'll find their swear words are like, your mother is a donkey, your father sows bags of potatoes without putting them through a washing machine first. It's quite funny to look at some of the swear words of the other languages of the world. It's quite amusing. Your mother is a fish and she flops around on the seashore without being able to breathe. Okay, I'm offended. But that's offensive to them. That's seriously offensive to them. whole bunch of hand signals and signs that are swear words in, like you stick your middle finger up or your two fingers up. That's swear words to us, but in two other cultures and languages, it's like, and what are you doing? Whereas if you were to do something like that, that's like your mum's vagina. You know, it's what it is. So yeah, I mean, and look, when you look at my channel, okay, what does it say? Does it say big ganja grow? Does it say UK big ganja grow? Does it say UK ganja society? Does it say UK cannabis culture grow up operatives? Or does it say UK Phil Ninja? I didn't come here to impress anyone. I didn't come here to get subscribers. I didn't come here to be famous. I didn't come here for any other person than I needed some evidence that should I get arrested, that I will have evidence in court to say, this is who I am, this is what I believe, and this is how I haven't broken the law. That's why I did it. And then because, I said on the last ones, because he's given out coins of gold to people, and he said, go and make me more coins of gold. And one went out and bought 10-fold back. Another one went out and bought 5 more back. Another one went out and bought only 1 back. And one of them buried it in the ground and said, it's precious. I won't let anyone steal it, so when the master returns I can give him back his coin and he won't have lost a thing. Yeah, he didn't like that servant very much. Didn't like him at all. Just like your answers, the answers that you're seeking, the answers that I keep getting asked, just fucking read. You can't stop reading, because you'll read a chapter and go, but 6 chapters later it explains it. It's like Esau. It's like I fell into the fucking trap of the motherfucking black Israelites. Damn, they're some tricky fuckers. They'll throw some stuff at you and make it stick eventually. And those guys sow the seed of hate. They don't know Jesus. They claim to be Israel. They claim to be Hebrews, but they don't hear Jesus. They'll tell you Jesus was only sent to the lost sheep of Israel. Yeah, he was. What, and you claim that you're them? Okay, well, love your brother as much as you love God. Why are you out on the street dressed up in fucking Freemasonic clothing, shouting down, kill all white man? Well, white and black is your Freemasonic duality. Are you not just Freemasons? You've got fringes all over your garments like the Freemasons do. You're wearing like fucking bondage gear. I don't know where they get their clothes from, a special manufacturer or some shit like that, but they most certainly do not follow Jesus. They most certainly do not teach his teachings by any stretch of the imagination, because if they did, people would come to them. But instead, people look at them and go, whoa dude, there's some fucking dangerous guys over there. And you best believe that they'll stick bullets in you. And you best believe that they'll come and fucking hack you up with machetes. They're some nasty guys. But they claim they are of Judah, and they've got a whole big long list about which races are of the 12 tribes, and they'll show you all that shit. And yeah, then you just have to go, yeah, but I've read all of it, and I see through your bullshit, and I know the 3 kings. The 3 kings is really quite important, because you want to say Jew. Which one of the 3 kings was Jew? Which one? What I see is I see a man of the Negroid, I see a man of the Mongoloid, and I see a man of the Caucasian, which are the 3 sons of Noah. Ham, Shem and Japheth. And you've been sold there's a partial lie, it's true, but it's just an incorrection. When Jesus was born, he was not inside of a stable, he was inside of a cave. A cave very similar to the cave that Adam and Eve were put in, because he promised Adam and Eve at the start that salvation would come from him, and that their children would bring him 3 things taken from the garden. From India was taken fine gold. Why do you think the Indians love gold so much? From Arabia was taken sweet and fine incense. Why do you think they covet incense so much? And from Asia came the myrrh of the bitterness of their weeping. Yeah. And he gave them a sheepskin. And so too when he came, he was born of the Virgin. The 3 kings, the 3 children of Adam and Eve, came to him and gave him those 3 things, and he was wrapped up in a sheepskin. A sheepskin. Boys. What am I to do? What am I to do? Can't fight this on my own. I know I'm never alone. I'm not alone out here. Even when there's no person beside me, I'm not alone. He is with me. We walk together. Walk together. Hey ho. Hey ho. But yeah, I know that one day, like, this was all going to end and all of those weapons will be melted down and turned into plowshares, and there will be peace. And there will be good times, and there will be happiness, and there will be joy, and I'll walk here once again, this time not in this body, in a new body, and I'll be able to communicate with everyone like I'm communicating now, but in a wholly different way to any communication that we know. And to those of you who are out there, who understand what I'm talking about, I will see you walking there too, and we will meet and eat together and say, isn't it crazy how it all worked out? I have no fear. I have eternal life, and I have hope of the future. What have you? Are you still living in fear? Are you a dead man walking? Is all hope taken from you? By no means is this an easy road to walk, and very few people find the narrow path. How many do you think, when the torturers come round, are going to deny Christ? A lot. A lot. And they have done over the centuries. And I'll tell you of the fall of Rome, the great and mighty Rome that fell. And it fell because of Christ. And it fell because of his disciples. Well, Christ appeared to many men before he left the earth, and that's why even to this day we're remembering him, because on that day when that happened, it was epic. You'll realise that entire languages and cultures and civilizations since Christ left the earth have fallen, and no one remembers, or very, very few remember. You get that, right? Yet this message remains, because the earth will pass away, my word will never pass away. The Romans, Nero, what you might want to call the first Antichrist, he really didn't like the disciples, and he gave them the name Christians to mock them. I wear that badge. I'll wear your mockery. I'm a disciple, but I'll wear your mockery. And he gathered them up, and he took them to the Colosseum, and he laughed and mocked at them, and he said, if your God is so powerful, let him see you be saved from what I'm about to unleash on you. And Rome fell because the disciples held their ground, and they laughed as they were being chewed upon by lions and set upon with fire, and they laughed And they laughed until their last breath. You cannot kill me. You may be able to harm my mortal body, but you cannot kill my soul, and I fear the one who can kill my soul far more than the one who can kill my body. So do your best. It stopped being entertaining very quickly when they weren't screaming and dying and begging for their lives, but instead were laughing. And the Romans, the people who lived in Rome, well, they started to inquire about these crazy mad people who were laughing at their death, and they went down to the prison cells of the Colosseum to speak to them. And through speaking to them, the word did spread, and Rome did fall. But obviously Satan's seat now rests upon the Vatican and the Pope. I like the Pope because the Pope smokes dope. Suck a dick. Heyo, man. Heyo. I would love to go back to how it was at the start. It would be so pleasant, but in case you never realised, the world's not that same place anymore. Shit happened a lot faster than I thought it was going to happen. You think, honestly think on the 21st of July, shit's going to go back to normal. This is planned. Once we get to the end, and the flu season comes around, oh boy, it's going to be some fun times for people. They don't intend to kill everyone. They can't do or change anything. Revelation is going to happen. That's what's going to happen. A lot of people are going to get really, really sick, and in their sickness and in the collapse of everything is going to come one who can heal the sick and perform miracles. And in performing those miracles in the sight of man, well, they'll believe he's God. That's what will happen. And that fighting that's happening in the land of Canaan, in the place called Jerusalem, which is spiritually Sodom in Egypt, really not liked by God whatsoever, which is why he's going to level it. They will build a temple. And great peace will come, and they'll say peace and safety. And then will come sudden destruction. And two men will arise, coming out of the wilderness, sackcloth and ashes, and they will walk the streets of Jerusalem, and the whole world will see them. And the whole world will hate them beyond anything else, because they love the man, and they love the beast, and they love his image, and they love his mark, because the mark is not what you think it is. Even the elect themselves, if it is at all possible, will be deceived. That means people like me. Possible, if it was at all possible, I would be deceived also into believing that this is God on earth once more. So when they take the mark, they will take it freely. The only people, really, who are going to be the main voices in this, will be those two men. And at the end of 3 days, or at the end of their time, shouting down the beast and the man of perdition and the false prophet, the beast, the man of lawlessness and the false prophet will rise up against them and cut them down, and their bodies will be left lying on the street, and the whole of the earth will celebrate and give presents to one another because of the great plagues that those two men poured upon the earth. Because up is down, down is up, left is right, good is bad, and bad is good. The man of perdition will seem really, really, really good. If you didn't notice the video I put right at the start, you go and watch him, go and follow him, see how grand and great he is. Well, you don't know what you're looking at. And the two witnesses, they're not going to be too liked, because they're going to be telling people against all of this stuff. And after 3 days of their bodies being left lying on the floor, they'll resurrect. And the whole world will see it, and they'll go, "Ugh." Well, I'm telling you what's going to happen, so when you see it. So come, mock me, laugh at me, do your worst. You bless me and you don't even realise it. Because like I said, up is down, left is right, good is bad, and bad is good in the crazy fucked up world of the end days. But yeah, if anyone has bothered to listen to this to the end, fair play to you and mad respect. And if you listened to 2 seconds of it and said, fuck you ninja, you crazy motherfucker, mad respect to you. And if you hate me, hate me. And if you like me, doesn't matter to me. I'm not after man's empty praise. I want the Father to see me and say, you're doing my will, carry on. And even if I am not to be counted, and he casts me out, so be it. I will have seen him, and I will stood in his presence, and I'll say thank you, and then I'll be washed away. The good wins, and if I'm not counted amongst those good, so it will be. I will be thankful regardless. So, yeah, I have some more seeds. So only a couple of people have asked for seeds, so I have some more. So if you would like some seeds and you would like to grow this plant too, try it out and see what it's like. Contact me, ukfieldninja@gmail.com, or download the Wicker app, Wicker Me. Type into the search UK Field Ninja, and you will find me. And yeah, I'll sort some seeds out for you and send them out. Like I said before, it's not my plant. I didn't make it. I didn't grow it. I'm not the creator of it. I didn't create the sun. I didn't create the rain. I didn't create the ground. So you know, it's there if you want it. Come and ask me, and I'll send it out to you. So yeah. Anyway, until next time, this is the UK Field Ninja. See you all later.